You text her, you wait, but there's no reply. She's online, posting, sharing funny reels, but your message completely ignored. At first you feel confused, it stings. Questions start flooding your mind. Did I say something wrong? Did I text too soon? Has she lost interest in me? This is the moment where most men make a mistake. They double text, seek answers, or try to get her attention in any way possible. But here's your most important lesson. You do nothing. Yes, it might sound counterproductive, but this is the path to true strength. If you react, if you show that her silence affects you, she wins. Because now she knows that her silence holds power over you. But if you remain patient, stay in control, that's when the real game begins. She needs to feel your absence. Most women assume that you're always there, waiting, checking your phone, overanalyzing. They expect you to chase. But when you don't, when you remain indifferent, she starts to wonder, why isn't he reacting? Was he ever really that interested, or did I misjudge him? At this point, she starts battling with her own ego because she thought she had control over the situation. But when you remain patient, focus on improving yourself, and enjoy life without her, that's when her ego begins to crack. This isn't about revenge or manipulation, it's about self-respect and emotional control. The moment you show her that you are not dependent on her response, she starts seeing your value. And more often than not, she will come back, because now she's the one questioning, did I make a mistake? And what do you do then? The answer is simple. If she returns, you only respond if you truly want to, not out of desperation. Because now, you are no longer just another guy waiting for her attention. You are a man in control of his emotions, his goals, and his life. This is real power. Be patient, stop reacting, build your own life, and let her ego crumble on its own. Number 1, silence as a powerful response. When she doesn't respond to your message, it might feel like a punch to the gut. You check your phone repeatedly, hoping for an answer, but nothing. You see her posting, laughing at memes, and going about her life as if your message doesn't even exist. It's easy to assume she's lost interest or that you did something wrong. But here's the most important thing you need to know. Silence can be your greatest weapon. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise of constant communication. Everyone expects immediate responses, and if we don't get one, we panic. The instinctive reaction is to double text, try harder, or chase attention. But that's where most men make the mistake. By doing this, you signal that you're emotionally dependent on her validation. This is a huge turnoff. When you react to her silence, you give her power. What you need to realize is that patience is a sign of strength. Silence allows her to experience the absence of your presence. She's used to knowing you're there, waiting, always ready to engage. The moment you stop checking your phone and live your life without being affected by her silence, she begins to question herself. Why isn't he reaching out? Is he really not that interested? Did I make a mistake? This is when the power dynamic starts to shift. She starts wondering if she misjudged you. The key is not to play games, but to demonstrate self-respect. You don't need to chase someone's attention to prove your worth. By not reacting, you show that your happiness and self-worth are not dependent on someone else's response. And more often than not, when she starts feeling your absence, she'll come back to you because now she's the one questioning if she made the right decision. When she does return, don't rush to reply out of desperation. Respond only if you genuinely want to engage. You are no longer the guy sitting by the phone, waiting. You are a man in control of his emotions and his life. That's true power. Number 2, the danger of over-pursuing. In today's fast-paced dating culture, there's an unspoken expectation that when you like someone, you should be actively pursuing them, texting them first, initiating plans, constantly keeping the conversation alive. But here's the truth. Over-pursuing will only make you look desperate and unbalanced. If you constantly try to chase her, you unintentionally communicate that you don't have much going on in your own life. You put all your focus on her and her attention, which eventually makes her feel like she's the center of your universe. This is a dangerous game because no one wants to feel like they're constantly being chased or put on a pedestal. In fact, the more you chase, the more she pulls away. It's a subconscious reaction. She wants someone who's independent, who has their own life, their own passions, and doesn't need her approval to feel validated. Here's the hard truth. When you over-pursue, you make her feel like she's in control. It's not about playing hard to get or pretending not to care. It's about having enough respect for yourself that you don't let someone else dictate your emotional state. You have to recognize that your self-worth doesn't come from how much attention someone gives you. This isn't about manipulation. It's about maintaining your dignity. If she sees that you're always there, waiting for her to respond, she knows she has the upper hand. But when you stop pursuing and focus on your own life, when you start putting your energy into your goals, your passions, and your friendships, you shift the balance. You stop being the chaser and become someone who is worthy of being pursued. It's hard, I know, but this is the secret. You're not defined by someone's attention. You define yourself by your actions, your accomplishments, and your values. When you stop over-pursuing, you allow her to see the real you, and that's when you become truly attractive. Number 3, mastering emotional control. Here's a simple yet powerful concept. Your emotions should never control your actions, especially when it comes to relationships. Most guys react to silence, mixed signals, or uncertainty with anxiety, insecurity, or frustration. But the most successful men, those who attract healthy, balanced relationships, are those who master their emotional responses. Emotional control is key. When she doesn't reply to your message, your immediate instinct might be to feel rejected, to spiral into negative thoughts about yourself. Am I not good enough? Was I too forward? Does she not like me anymore? This is completely natural, but is also where you have the chance to show your strength. The moment you feel these negative emotions creeping in, pause. Instead of reacting, take control. Don't let your emotions control you. True emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. Instead of spiraling, remind yourself that your worth isn't tied to her response. It's easy to feel like your entire world is centered around one person, especially in the early stages of dating. But you have a life, a mission, and a purpose beyond her. When you remain calm and don't let her silence or lack of response dictate your mood, you show emotional maturity. That's the real power. The ability to control your emotions and act with intention without being swayed by external circumstances is what makes a man truly attractive. She'll notice this strength, and it will make her respect you more. Remember, you can't control her actions, but you can control how you respond to them. That's where your power lies. Number 4, building your own life first. It's easy to fall into the trap of making someone else your priority. You text her first, ask about her day, and adjust your schedule to accommodate hers. But here's the secret. If you want her to value you have to value yourself first. In the modern world, we're often taught that relationships should be the central focus of our lives. But a healthy relationship can only thrive when both people have their own lives, their own goals, and their own passions. You need to have your own sense of purpose and direction. When you're constantly focusing on her and her needs, you lose sight of your own. You become reactive, waiting for her approval instead of proactive. pursuing your own growth and success. Think about it. The most attractive people are those who are independent. They have their own interests, hobbies, and social circles. They don't need anyone else to feel fulfilled. When you focus on building your own life, your career, your health, your personal development, you become more attractive, not only to her, but to everyone around you. And here's the thing, when you're truly busy with your own life, you don't have time to overthink her response or her behavior. You stop waiting for her to text because you're too busy living your own life. This independence is magnetic. It draws people in because it signals that you're self-sufficient, emotionally mature, and someone who doesn't rely on anyone else to complete him. This is when you become truly desirable. Number 5, she will start questioning her decision. When you stop chasing her, when you stop reacting to her silence, something interesting happens. She begins to question her decision. Initially, she might think that you're not interested, but as time goes on, she'll start wondering, why isn't he texting me? What's going on with him? This is when the tables start to turn. Women, like men, enjoy the feeling of being wanted, but they don't want to feel like they're in control of someone else's emotional state. When you stop giving her that control, she starts feeling the shift. The silence that once made you anxious becomes a mystery to her. She'll start wondering if she misjudged you. Was he actually interested in me, or was I just imagining things? This doubt will trigger her curiosity and potentially even draw her back. But here's the key. You don't chase her when she comes back. You're no longer emotionally dependent on her. You've already established your own life and your own sense of value. When she returns, you respond with confidence, not desperation. You're a man who has control over his emotions and his life, and that's what makes you truly powerful. Number 6, responding when you truly want to. By now, you've understood that the true test is not how she reacts to you, but how you react to her. If she comes back after a period of silence, don't rush to respond out of insecurity or desperation. Only respond when you genuinely want to. The key difference between a man who is emotionally mature and one who is insecure is this. The man who is in control doesn't feel the need to respond immediately. He understands that his value doesn't fluctuate based on someone's attention. If she reaches out, you will reply if it fits with your life, not because you feel you have to. This mindset shift, choosing when and how to engage, is what separates the boys from the men. It signals that you have a life beyond her, that you're not waiting around for her approval. You are whole on your own. When she senses this, she'll see your true value. And the best part, you won't be reacting to her. You'll be acting on your own terms, which is the essence of true emotional strength. In the end, the key to true emotional strength in any relationship lies in your ability to control your emotions, maintain your own sense of worth, and never lose sight of your personal goals and desires. When you stop chasing attention, when you stop reacting to silence, you show that you are emotionally mature and confident in who you are. This power shift is subtle, but impact. It's about being the man who's not defined by someone's response or lack thereof. When you focus on building your own life, improving yourself, and not making anyone else the center of your world, that's when you become truly irresistible. The moment she sees that you are not desperate, that you are not waiting around for her validation, she will start questioning her own decisions. Your strength becomes her curiosity, and your independence becomes her desire. Remember, relationships thrive when both individuals maintain their own identity, their own goals, and their own sense of self-worth. When you become someone who doesn't chase, you become someone worthy of being chased. The silence you once feared is now your power. Stay patient, stay strong, and never let anyone make you feel like your value is based on their attention. You are enough as you are, and that's where the real game begins. So keep focusing on your growth, keep becoming the best version of yourself, and let the rest fall into place. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights on how to build emotional control and strengthen your relationships.